Good morning, everybody. It's Andy's Free Guitar Chart Videos here. Welcome to my YouTube subscribers and my Facebook group friends. And anyone who's found this video, like and subscribe and share. In the box below, there's also instructions on how to access the Facebook page. So we're going to tune up. I'm down C tuned, and guess what? Today's lesson is about down C tuned. So we're going to tune up. I thought I'd share that with you. C, F, B flat, E, G, a kind of a tinny G. Okay, I found a way to make that G sound better without just playing it. And that's the subject of today's, that has to do with today's lesson. It's going to be chart 354, down C tuned, and counting down the string shapes, playing down those scales. So on the tune-up, what we've got here is two tunings. We have the regular fret nut tuning. So if I put Mr. Capo on this green note here, this E here, okay, that's your tuning. So that's E, A, D, G, B, and E. Now my tuning is down here once again. And I want to point something out to you all today, that E root 2-3, that string shape modal cage, and this is a cutout cage because we're not going off to 6-7 root out here, although we do have that up here. And I noticed I had these extended cages here. So we're doing the pattern build root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 root 2, 3, 4. Okay? For me it would be down here. Something like that. Wow, that was a fancy little pull-off there or something. But we're not looking at that, at playing away like that. And by the way, these cages also have the regular caged natural cutout, root 2 to 3 here. When you're on root, you're going to be doing an Ionian scale. So your third is going to be a major third. On the contrary, what we have here is the cutout scale. So instead of 3-4, we're not going to play the 5 on the G string. We're going to cut out to the 5 here. It simply goes to the A string shape, which is the 4th of E, and to the root 2-3 there. But I want to show you my tuning is root 2-3. So I'm always explaining to you people, I'm down C tuned. Here's your low E, here's low D below that, and C below that. Right? Well, did you know that is the entire E root 2-3 modal cutout string box right there? It's a cage. So that's okay. So we had to do a little edit there. What I have to say is, so this root in my guitar is the C, but you can move that whole cage up here. You can call this G flat the root, so you'd be playing all the black notes here. Okay, root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Except in the key of G flat, the fourth is B. That's not a black note. But in pentatonic, right there. Okay, so in other words, you can move that cage anywhere you want to get the 12 semitones. You can move it anywhere of 12 frets and do the same system with root 2, 3 and 3, 4, 5 right there, just adjusting for the fret width. That's why I don't bicker about the fret widths here, because us guitarists are used to seeing different fret widths. It doesn't faze us. But that root could also be, or this 3, let's say, in the fretboard, we'll look at it. Okay, so remember, you got the regular fret tuning nut right here on the 3 here. This is the E. Okay, so we're looking at this E over here. So let me just, you know, I've done this a lot, and it doesn't line up exactly. You know, okay, that one wasn't a bad one. And then we're not worried about what's down here. Okay, so we're looking at this E here. It's the 3rd in the key of C. Okay, now the dot scale is always 2 whole steps down, right? So with the key of E here, 2 whole steps down, happens to be the C major scale anyway. So 2 whole steps down from E is the C major scale. That means that E could be a member of any of the white keys, root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, root. Okay, the white keys, key is C. So E is obviously, it's the 3rd of C, 2nd of D, root of E, 7th, 6th, 5th, 4th of B, and the 3rd again. Okay, I just did it really quickly. So you get 7 choices of what that E could be in 7 different keys, right? 7 different keys. Key of C, key of D, key of E, key of F. And remember, that's just the major scale from 2 whole steps down, treating the dot note as the 3rd of that major scale. Then you get to be a member of every major scale that can be built off of every scale tone on the dot scale. Okay, so I just wanted to explain that so you can do that when needed. So back to our topic here, and let's look at this chart. So counting down from the from the C box here, what we'd be looking at essentially is right here, this C3, 4, 5. Okay, so let's just cut that out. Okay, so I'm going to crop that section. Hey, there it is. Can make it a little smaller. So now we're just looking at this, the C3, 4, 5. Here's the modal cutout, 5, 6, modal cutout to 7, root 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we're not going to worry about this 7. No, ma'am. Alright, actually, we're not going to worry about any of these guys because we're in the key of C. Everything kind of fits together in the key of C. That's why CCAGEED works so well. So this is our C box here. Okay, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3, 4, 5. But can you count it down? Can we count down 5, 4, 3, 2, root 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, root 7, 6. You know, this is difficult. It may be easy to play down that, but can you count down it? 5, 4, 3, 2, root 7. It might be good just to pause on root and then go 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, root, and then pause again, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, root. Well, notice this E here is in between root 2, 3 and 3, 4, 5. Okay, and you have the same thing the next string up, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7 root. And then we have a little shape fitting 7 root 2, 2, 3, 4. So when we go 4, 3, 2, we go right into this other string shape 2 root 7. Okay, and they're all landing on the normal tuning right here. All right. Right here, the birds are chirping. Okay, I shut the birds' door so they won't be so loud. We lost a couple of birds over the past few years, and since we lost one of them, the other one's been a little upset. But they're my wife's birds, so I have no say. Except through the voice of a bird, I suppose. Anyway, so let's look at those middle notes. Here's what I got. Here's the build. String shape up or down, middle notes is in the white here, right? So we got, if we're in the G string shape, we got 6, 7 root, and then we go root 2, 3. Now embedded in the middle here is 7 root 2. Okay, so from that root, if we want to call your regular real deal E your root, okay, like that. Then you have root, you got root 7, 6, or you can go up root 2, 3, like that. Okay, and then the next string you're going to go, so you're going to go root 2, 3, 4. 4 is going to be A, because A is the fourth of E, right? And then you got 4, 5, 6, 6, 5, 4, 3, 4, 3, 2. Half step there. Alright, so that's 2 black notes right there. 2 accidentals. Like that. That's why I love the black notes. But it's difficult for me to see that because I usually use the key of C because I'm trying to work with other concepts. It's more important to know about the accidentals in the piano because you can't play the same. I don't have a sustain pedal, but it goes. Well, that wasn't that musical because I missed that one high note. I haven't played those jazz progressions. You know, you can do them in C. Want to do it in A? And also I have a Band-Aid on. So that kind of phased me out. Sorry about that. Let's continue. We have to continue. We have a couple of really good circles here. This one goes the up circle, C to G, D to, and we're going to talk about that in the next segment because I see we're running out of time, so we're probably heading for a really important thing, and I don't like to set it all up again in the next segment, you know. But it's very important to look at this in 2 ways, okay, and we're going to talk about that in the next segment. So what is this? This is the circle of long string shapes. And this one happens to go down. So if we look at C3 here into E7, this is going down the strings. And then down to C4, then down to E. This one clockwise is going down. This one clockwise is going up. I want to show you a couple of